questions. The first one, this is kind of cool that you're getting a chance to race against two of the guys that you're working with in the Garage 56 project. Kind of talk about racing against George and Jenny.
Yeah, well, Jordan's got to slow down. He went really fast in practice. But no, it's great that we've all got this opportunity. You know, Jordan he's a great guy. He's obviously extremely talented. Everything he jumps in, he's quick, and we've seen that with the Garage 56 car. And he's a character. You know, he's a good character, and I think wherever he goes, he has a good fan base because he has that personality. And all sports need that, and all types of motorsports. So it's good to see him competitive. Good to see him have this opportunity. And you know, we talk about it all the time. You know, we're texting all the time, and you know, laughing a lot of the time because it's so different to what we're used to. We've got this opportunity to drive in the Cup Series. With Jimmy, obviously, he has a lot of experience racing in the Cup Series and has won multiple championships. So he comes at it for a very different way. But I think, you know, road courses are still a challenge for him. You know, it's still something that he didn't do so much back in the day. It was more ovals than road courses. So it's all exciting. It's great working with these different guys that come from different backgrounds in Garage 56, and also to see them be competitive here in the Cup Series.
And my second question, real quick, is just: are you prepared for, how shall I put it, maybe a little bit of leaning on one another as NASCAR racing can sometimes be?
Yeah, I mean, driving a car is something I've done my whole life, so I will be competitive in terms of outright speed. But as you said, it's the other part of it that I have no experience of, and that's, you know, being six abreast going into turn one and tapping here and there. And as I noticed today in practice, people don't move out of the way when they're on a slow lap and you're on a quick lap. So yeah, there's a lot to learn, and yeah, it's a very, very different sport to what I'm used to. But I'll go with it. I'll roll with the punches, and I look forward to the challenge.
Kelly? Test. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test.
It is very quiet.
1, 2, 3.
Kelly, Jenson, so with all the anticipation of getting here, getting to this race, getting to the racetrack, what was it when you climbed in and finally got to run a lap at speed for the first time? What were the thoughts? What were the emotions?
I mean, first of all, a little bit anxious, but excited at the same time. I forgot how to start the car, which was interesting. So they pushed the car back, and I'm like, it won't start. And I was okay, there's a few other switches I had to put up. But then it was okay. You know, I got out onto the circuit. I was surprised at how little grip there was initially when I pulled away, when the tyres are cold. But no, I mean, it comes to you over time. You know, the gear shifting is something that I've never driven a sequential gearbox car. I've never pulled back from going up through the gears and pushed away to go down. So it's something completely new to learn. You know, I've driven a manual gearbox, but you normally go across the box and what have you. You know, the last time I drove a gearbox like this was in 1999. So there's a lot that you go back into the bank of info that you've learned over the years, and you bring it out again, and it comes to you pretty quick. So I really enjoyed it, and it's also interesting having spotters. I've never had spotters before, so you know, I've got guys in my ear the whole way around telling me there's traffic behind, there's traffic in front. It's quite soothing, kind of like it. Our spotters have very soothing voices, which I think is good especially it's going to be good on Sunday when it's out there. So that's something else to learn. You know, I have my mirrors so I can see around me, but then they're telling me all the fun information that's going on around me, which is good.
We'll go to Chris next.
Chris Knight, Jenson, what's the atmosphere been like? Has it been what you expected? Has it been more relaxed? A little bit. You've been around so many different types of atmospheres throughout your racing career. What's the atmosphere been like in NASCAR?
Well, this is one reason why I was interested in racing in NASCAR, was because it's a real, from the outside, it looks like quite a big family atmosphere. I'm a dad now, I've got 2 kids, and I took my son, my wife came along as well, to the Coliseum. So we had a great experience there of seeing seeing the Cup Series, which is good, and then I took my son to Fontana again to watch and saw a few of the drivers. And Corey LaJoy said his son's named Jenson, so I thought it was quite funny. I was like, did you know I'm actually going to be racing you in a few weeks? But it was just a really nice atmosphere. You know, we were invited into people's teams. My son was given a car, a mini Cup car by one of the teams, a lug nut. It was just so cool, and the opportunity for the family to be around while you're racing is something I'm just not used to. You know, Formula One is very different. They come in from a very different angle. That you need to be solo, you need to be focused on your driving. Whereas here, you've still got some of the best drivers in the world, but they come in a different way, and family keeps them grounded, keeps them relaxed, I guess, over a race weekend. So I really enjoy that family atmosphere. And for people that have never been to a NASCAR race, they need to, because it's that atmosphere that really makes the sport, I think.
Hey, Frank, we'll wrap up here with Justin.
Justin Schuler, kicking the tires. You mentioned earlier you love to be behind a wheel and a motor or anything else like that. So earlier this year you were doing karting. So kind of, I guess, share that experience, and then anything else that you're planning to maybe try in the next year or two.
Yeah, I used to kart from 1988 to 1997. I was a kart driver, and I raced all around the world. Raced in Charlotte, with the circuit there. Raced in Japan, and all these wonderful places as a teenager. And then I moved into car racing, F1, for 17 years. So last year, I thought I'd give it a go. As a 42-year-old, I thought I'd go karting again. 25 years after I retired. I loved it. So finished 4th, and then I raced again in January, got on the podium. And it's the purest type of racing. You know, it's kind of like, well, it's not quite as extreme as what I'm going to experience on Sunday, but you've always got people around you nudging you. There's someone to your inside, someone to your outside. They don't give you an inch. And I felt that was useful for me, looking ahead to this season of racing in the Cup Series. So yeah, a lot of fun. Other plans this year, nothing in stone yet. I have a few ideas for 2024, but nothing this year yet.
Okay, Jenson, thank you so much for the time, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, guys.
This is Austin Dillon, driver of the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also check out one of those 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.